Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, hands, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
hack, and
Mouse.
he got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board. It's only the other chat, still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 all accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practice his rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for elo farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, hands, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
hack, and
Mouse.
he got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board. It's only the other chat, still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 all accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome Welcome to the dojo. It's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo. I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe. Rating's what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo. It's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo. I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe. Rating's what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practice his rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for ELO farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweak and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, rating's what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, rating's what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Aragaisi. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin. Who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
hacking?
Mouse.
He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvork, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes. True not over the board, it's only the other chat still his.
All right, my friends, we gotta just get the window capture going. Ba-boom? No, that wasn't it. Maybe that was it, actually. Ba-boom. Good. So. All right. Because of the because of the whole SummerCon thing, I did not do that much. Well, I just did 1 day of annotation. I'm way behind. In any case, I started this kind of before SummerCon, in the middle of it, so it's been a game that's been going on for a while. And I gotta do this. So, one thing too, I know that there's a possible to give a title here, and maybe someone can tell me how to do said title. I'm gonna look up this guy's FIDE rating, actually. I'm pretty sure he's an FM. We can go check. Ba-boom. Yeah, he's an FM. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Taking forever. So anyways, I'm gonna put FM here. If you know how for me to do it, that would be cool. I'll put up mine while I'm waiting for this thing. It's ridiculous. So, oh yeah, his rating has dropped, dude. It's rough to be an old time person. All right, so his rating at the time of this doesn't help me much. It's an FM, but I got, oh, here he is. Here he is. Great. FM. Oh, so that's new to the dojo. That's really cool. And then we go try. And we're going to say, I don't know, be something like that. Title. Go GM. Result 01. Oh God, the date. It was somewhere in July. Gosh. Somewhere in July. Let's pretend it was on the 19th of July. I think that might even be right. And we're going to call this U.S. Senior Open. Round? Good question. I think it's 3. 3. Okay. So, yeah. This guy, you know, like a lot of older dudes, just hasn't been playing. He played a little bit now and then. And the FIDE thing only goes back to 2003, where he was almost 2,300 at that point. Okay. So, show me the speed. Hello. Hello, Noman. All right, let's get into it here. So, I like this little FMGM thing. That's pretty cool. Here we go. E4, E6, D4, D5. We're going to hit the timer button here. Actually, wait a second. Let's go time control. And I believe it's 90 plus 30, my good friends. So, initial time. I guess we're going to say 01, 30 plus 30. Increment. Update. All right, good. Knight C3. I might even try to do the whole game. Actually, I'm going to try to do the whole game by heart and then go back and do things. Oh, already wrong. Castles. Knight f3. B6. Bishop e2. Bishop b7. Castles. Knight d7. Queen d2. c5. Rook a d1. Rook a d8. Queen e3. h6. Rook d2. Takes. Takes. Queen f5. Rook e1. Knight f6. Queen e5. Queen e4. Queen takes. Bishop takes. Knight e5. Rook c8. Bishop a6. Rook c7. f3. Bishop d5. a3. Rook b8. Bishop b5. Rook bc8. King f2. King f8. Bishop a6. Bishop b7. Bishop d3. Rook d8. Bishop b1. Slow it down, Cry. There's no hurry here. There's no hurry, buddy. Okay. Oh, man. Well, at least I did that phase of the game. There's a lot to say on all those moves, by the way. I'm just typing in the moves first. Okay. Bishop a6. Bishop e4. Bishop b5. g3. Bishop a4. King e3. King e7. Knight d3. King d6. Rook c1. Rook takes. Knight takes. Knight d5. Takes. Takes. Knight e2. King d6. Knight c3. Bishop c6. Knight e4. King c7. Rook c2. King b7. f4. a5. Knight f2. Bishop d5. Knight d3. f6. h4. Rook d6. Rook c3. Rook c6. Rook takes. King takes. Knight f2. bishop b3, king d3, king d5, king a4, bishop a4, b4, takes, bishop c6, king c3, bishop b5. Okay. And this, I assume, is winning, but so I didn't even do it in my post-game analysis, but I do need to write it in to the business. Zugzwang is a hell of a drug. H4, 93, bishop a6. And here he resigned. Okay, so let's go back and get into it. So, all right, let's get into it, buddy. So move 6. Actually, we'll put it here. We're going to say this. Now, how do I... Oh, no. Cancel. All right, Jack, what's going on? How do I type in the move? Here we go. So this is going to be 0, 1, 27. And then 8. 0, 1, 27. Castles, I have 0, 1, 28. All right, we should talk about some of this stuff too. I'm going to call this position equal. So an unambitious plan for white, and then c3. And I will say reminiscent of some recent super GM play and innocuous looking move that might have some poison if I'm not careful. It's not fair or nice to treat David like a second-rate sensei just because he isn't 2800 blitz. Well, I don't care if he doesn't use 2800 blitz, but the maiden twos, that's just a thing where he's too proud. He's too proud. Yeah. Oh, show me the speed is now telling me something very interesting. Hold on. Let's ask Gemini. Is there a senior prize entitled Tuesday? Question mark. Yes. Oh, man. All right. What is it? I didn't know that, dude. Okay. But what is the prize? What? Okay. I feel like I asked it. What is it? At the end, so you have to play the whole season. The senior category had a prize of $19,000. Right, you gotta play it all the time. But that's interesting. That's cool and fun that they're doing that. I had no idea that they were doing that. So that's cool to know. So I have to do a whole season sometime. Gemini is the boomer GM thing. ChatGPT, you got to pay something for. Okay, don't get distracted, Cry. We're doing work here. Knight f3, c5. We'll call that. Where's my counterplay? So c3. Castles. We'll look at the engine later. The engine might say e5, but I'm not really interested in playing e5 here. Okay, knight f3. b6. Rook d8. Also seems fine. e6, bishop e2, and then I'll say bishop d3. I was concerned with this move during the game. So bishop d3, bishop b7. Let's say queen e2, bishop f3, gf, knight d7. And we're going to call that unclear. Where's my unclear sign? There we go. Okay. Nice that I always have queen h6. Okay, bishop e2, bishop b7. Okay, wait, you need to also, buddy. Okay, so knight f3, 0-1, 26. b6, I have. Wait, that was incorrect. Look, how come it says 130 and I just told it 126? It just said 126. Oh, I see. It's because he spent 130 total. Okay, so b6, I got 0-1, 28. Bishop e2. First little think here at 120. And I go bishop b7. 0-1, 28. Castles. 0-1, 20. Knight d7. And this, I think, is a mistake. And we'll say, what did I do here? I did think here, I think. No, I didn't. No, I still played this totally fast. Okay, so 0-1, 28. An example of playing a natural move too fast. As the game shows, white can now strong point b4. Banner is rook d8. Let's say queen c1, maybe exclam, I don't even know. That transposes to the game, so we'll say transposes. So queen c1, exclam. Rook d8, queen c1, c5. Call that mildly better for white. And then queen c1, knight c6, queen e3, knight e7. We're going to call this an exclam, and we're going to call this counterplay. Okay, knight d7, mistake. So, queen d2, 112. Queen d2. Now I played c5, and I got 0, 1, 22. So I thought a little bit on that bad boy. It's kind of cool, actually, this thing. It's showing me the total time here, and then over here it's showing me like total time spent, and now up here it's showing me time remaining. Rook ad1, good move. 107. Rook ad8. 0, 1, 21. Queen e3. 106. h6. Excellent. 0, 1, 13. Okay. Exclam, mostly for practical purposes. I set a small trap and improve my position. Okay, rook d2, we're going to call that a question mark. And he's down to 54. Okay. Now, instead of rook d2, I think h3 makes sense. And let's say c takes, knight takes, and we're going to say this, I think this is a little bit better for white. And also c takes, queen takes. I also feel this is a little bit better for white. Also, c takes, rook takes is also kind of interesting. Let's give that a funky move mark. And I will also say that's a little bit better for white. Okay, so now we go here. And I take. And he plays the very, okay, wait, how long did I take on that? I took 1 minute. And actually, let's just mention, on h3, kind of a weird move here would be a6, exclam. Right, a useful move where I improve and set the same trap. Okay, rook d2 takes. All right. So I thought that was weird. very much took me by surprise. Before I was concerned about being worse, and now I should be better. Okay. So first, queen takes d4, question mark, knight e5, exclam, that's my little trap, and I think it's gone. I think it's gone. Yeah. So, we'll say rook d4, e5, and we'll call that counterplay. And also maybe better though, for sure, I don't know, you gotta play knight takes, buddy. Knight takes. Gotta be the right move. I don't even know if I'll give it an exclam, but it's just the right move. If we imagine then a6, rook fd1, knight c5, knight b3, that's just a sample variation where clearly white's a little bit better. White's just better. What are we saying? My opponent was concerned about this on either piece, on any piece recapture. Should have given piece a chance though. Oh, why isn't he just much better here though, right? But what do I do now? No say, Mufre. I don't like this at all. Yeah. Maybe I should have even played instead of ct4. No, but if I play a6, then he's just going to build with rook fd1. Let's just pretend for a second. Black has enough play? Question mark. Okay, so here we go. CD4, here's our time graph, by the way. Ah, look at that beautiful time graph, bro. Look at that time graph, bro. Okay, CD4. I played Queen F5, thought a good chunk there. So we're going to say 59, long thing. Debated rook c8 and had to calculate queen a3. Rook e1. This looks inaccurate to me. 42. We're going to say played as if white has hopes of a traditional IQP attack, but I have the better pieces and the right trades. Okay. All right. Knight f6. 55. Queen e5. I'm going to give that kind of like a interesting move mark. He's got 35 left. I completely missed this surprising move. All right. I played queen e4. I got 52. Opponent said he missed this move. Okay. So we're going to say queen e4, bishop e4. And I'm going to say I felt like black was clearly better here. Okay, so that's right, Mat de Couleur. That's right. Get access to some ChumpGM annotating their games. Okay, so we get this interesting endgame. While black has all the trumps, the coming endgame is interesting as white is has a fortress like setup. Okay, so now my opponent plays a string of moves where he's playing fairly fast. So even though in a certain sense he's in time pressure here, he makes several moves, not quickly. Okay, so 95. Bruv. Rook c8. 50. Bishop a6. 33. Rook c7. 51. f3. Bishop d5. 48 here. All right, here we go. Bishop b5, rook bc8, king f2, king f8, now bishop a6, bishop b6. Oh, this was interesting. I forgot about this. He offered me a draw here. Okay, obviously bad form, but it does suggest he thinks the position is fine for him. Or at least holdable. Maybe it's holdable, but you don't offer a draw here, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? I got the file, bro. I got the d5 square. What are you doing? All right, bishop b7. All right. That's 42. I didn't think. I'm going to ponder that draw offer. Bishop d3. He's got 30. And now rook d8. We'll say I got 38 left. A difficult moment as my pieces have reached, I've almost reached their maximum placement. But I can't easily penetrate. During the game, I was worried that this was a typical superficial threat move, but in the analysis, I think it's correct to force the b d3 to decide where it wants to live. Well, Sweet Blue, no. If you are playing you're playing a higher rated player and you have the worst position, you don't offer the draw. That's just bad etiquette. I think a lot of people don't understand that. I think as an FM, he should know better. If you're some kid and you don't know anything about chess etiquette, then that's fine. I don't care. But, as an older dude who was once 2300, you can't be doing that stuff. Okay. So, now bishop b1. And we're going to say this is a mild inaccuracy. And it's at 36. No, 26. During the game, I didn't consider bishop e4, but if he's gonna do it, he should do it now. Bishop e4, bishop a6, knight c6, here. And you just can't do that actually, right? So knight c6 would be a mistake. This would be, I don't know, I mean, it's just a great position. But then you do have to ask, what about bishop c6? Here, here. I think we're just going to play king e6. Yeah, you can't be doing this to yourself. Bishop e4, bishop a6. And we'll say, here white is up a tempo on the game, though not easy to know what to do. Okay, so bishop b1, bishop a6, bishop, okay, bishop a6, 36 minutes. Oh, is that what we got? Yeah, 36. And then bishop e4, interesting. 24. Interesting. Shows that white now feels the danger and is ready to take some risks. We had a question of knight b4, but I just play knight. I just play bishop b5. That doesn't do it. Okay, so bishop b1, bishop a6, bishop e4, bishop b5, g3, 20. Bishop a4, 30, excuse me, 30, oh shoot, 30, all right, king e3, it goes down to 15 on this one, king e7, 28, knight d3, 10 minutes. Okay. White understands the possible danger and correctly, well, and how should we put this? Well, and changes the nature of the position. He doesn't, however, seem to understand that the knight wants to go to c3. Okay. Now, big analysis here. I played a king. This is where it's going to get a little concrete. I played king d6. and this is debatable. This will definitely be something I look at with the engine later. Apparently I played it fairly, oh, I bet I'm gonna take a couple of minutes. I didn't mark it on the score sheet how long I took, but I bet I know I did. So let's put about 24. And the other option for me here is a rook dc8 to prevent. Okay, we're gonna say opponent thought I should have played this. Maybe I should have. Right, I think we're gonna get my notebook out. I had some intenso variations. Okay. Knight f4 exclam. Threatening d5. So, threatening d5, king d6, knight e2. The knight goes to c3, and black and white holds a fortress. I mean, it's still better for black, but no, I take it back. I don't even know. Before you get the evaluation here, buddy. King d6. What we need to ask is, what's the difference if he does knight f4 now? Okay, so now d5 isn't a thing. Oh yeah, I had a great variation here. So now I can play. Yeah, I had a whole variation. I had a whole variation, baby. Sorry if this is boring. It's a little bit boring. Okay, it's a little bit boring. I'm not gonna lie. I spent some time here and I had a big old variation. Anyways, the variation was bishop b5, exclam. So I'm taking away knight e2. My intention here was really interesting. So knight e2, knight d5, exclam. So if I play bishop takes, Rook takes. That's just a small advantage, I feel. So knight d5. Wait, cry. No. Take that back. Delete move. Okay, so bishop b5. Knight e2. Rook dc8. Exclam. Knight c3. Snip. Snap. Snook. King f2. Rook a3. And I'm going to call that clear advantage for black. Maybe it's winning, but it's very pleasant for black. So I thought that was a nice find. And I can't do it in this position. But wait, Cry, see what you can do though is you could play king d6, knight e2, bishop b5. Again, that's the same idea. So knight c3, rook takes. Okay, wait. This is where the whole analysis gets really weird. So then instead, so this would be a question mark. I remember now. He goes knight b4, exclam. So he's threatening d5. King d6. Knight a2, exclam. So now, in contrast to e2, he threatens knight c3 without getting smacked by the b. So for example, knight a2, if bishop b5, then he should be able to wait. Right. Now white has various waiting moves before needing knight c3, like king f2, as an exact e.g. Okay, and then we should also contemplate a waiting move here. Well, that's just no bueno, because then I can snip and snop and be careful, buddy. Be careful. In any case, this is an improved version. I can actually say delete from here. So king f2. I'm going to check the AI on this later. But as a basic example, I could go bishop e2 and knight d5. And then that looks clearly better. There might be something better than that, but it's obviously losing a tempo on king f2. Okay, so he plays rook c1. I go snip. Okay, buddy. And I kind of need to snip. This is unfortunate. If I go here, he can go snip, snip, knight f4, and that looks equal because he's got d5 ideas and knight e2 ideas. Okay, so knight d5. I'm at 19. Here I miscalculated badly, but it is likely my best try anyway. So here we go. Bishop takes, and we'll say if king anywhere, king f2, we'll just say that's better for black. So bishop takes, king takes, knight e2. Bishop takes, he's down to 9 minutes. King takes, knight e2, and I gotta play king d6. So here I wanted this badly, but it's a question mark for sure. d3 exclam. And I get entirely, and I get pushed back mucho. So YouTube chat, someone called him Draw FM. He's the Draw FM. Okay, king d6. While deflated, I did still think I was clearly better due to my Fisher endgame prospects. So we'll put this here. Knight c3, bishop c6. Knight e4 check, king c7. There is nothing wrong with this move, but it begins a trend where white is trying to do something when he should be thinking about a fortress. And there the knight belongs on c3. Whew. Kind of weird. Seems more natural. They don't like medals, dude. Ferrugia got it done to him, though, dude. Yeah, it's rough for Ferrugia, man. I mean, he was once the golden child. He was once the golden child, and now it's going to be very hard for him to qualify. I mean, he can still do it. He's got next October, or November, excuse me. He's got his next chance. So we'll give this a funky move mark. I didn't see it, though, about the medal. King b7, f4. Okay, odd. As it expands the scope of my bishop. A5. Okay. Knight F2. Oh wait, F4. He's got 8 minutes left. Knight F2, again, a strange move. White begins prancing. It belongs on or near C3. Bishop D5. Knight D3. F6. H4. Rook D6. Rook C3. Okay, Rook C3. White doesn't sense the danger. So, B4 is at least an active attempt. AB. A4. Knight C1. Now the knight will be even better on C3. Knight takes. Bishop H1, exclam. Rook C1. Bishop C6, exclam. Knight C6, we're going to look at Rook D1, Bishop B5, Bishop A4, excuse me. And we're going to call this clearly better. Knight C6, Rook takes, King takes, A4, B5, exclam, minus plus. Pear says he doesn't know about King D7. Well, right, it's kind of a hard choice, but King C7 is committing myself to go to B7. Okay, I'm going to take a quick pause for the bows.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he's got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
hack, and
Mouse.
he got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM, blunders and gaffes, true not over the board. It's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless. He rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction.
All right. Whew. Jackson asks, why does the knight belong on C3? Well, I could talk about that. The knight on C3 is, or E3, but you know, king's on E3, is really the right square for a lot of reasons. For one, you always want to put the knight in contact with the blockade square. So white can always, if I'm not careful, push the d pawn. But also if you just look at it, it's going to be really hard for me to ever invade with a knight on c3. Right? I can't get in. How do I get into his position? All right. So rook c3, rook c6. I'm going to say white's position now critical. And then this might be the final mistake, actually, with rook takes. I mean, it's hard. Maybe king d2. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard life. I think that's... In any case, this makes it easy. Knight f2. I don't know about that. All right, knight f2. Mr. Bowers. Bishop b3. Let's call it. We'll give you an exclam for that, buddy. We'll give you an exclam. King b5. Oh, that was some nasty trick here. King here, king here, king here, king here. Whoops. White wins. So, I guess it's lost. It seems lost to me. Seems lost. How can white avoid Zugzwang? Yeah. So yeah, I looked at some lines for black here, for white, but I could not really find anything for dude. Yeah, he's always going to get zuggied. The tug of the zug is going down here. There's the zug, and here we go. I had calculated all this out. Okay, good. So, was there any further? There was some further timestamps later on. You can add those. When I played AB4, I had 8 minutes left. And when he played King C3, he had 3 minutes left. Knight D3, he's got 2. And here he's got 2. And when I play King E4, I've got 7. And when I played H4, I've got 7. And then when he played A5, he's got 1. Okay, so boom. There we go, buddy. He actually had a better time management score than I did. Yeah. That's an interesting. And really, yeah, that early inaccuracy in the opening, I think you could say if I had spent a little bit more time, maybe I wouldn't have missed that. Okay, so we are going to save this bad boy. Save. Ba-bam. We're going to save it to My Games. It looks great. And we're going to say save and publish. Okay, good. Now, we're gonna do a new game now. Let me just go, actually, for a second. Oh, I have to do all kinds of things. Okay. How come it's not letting me? Okay. Sometimes it doesn't let you hit the training plan. We're gonna hit, so we're gonna do the rest of SummerCon. So this was the 12th. Update. Oh, no. The 12th was an off day. No. 12th was back on. So 12, and I did 4 hours. And then update progress. I did the 13th. That was a good 4 hours. I probably did more than 4 hours, but I'm just putting it 4. Then we got the 14th. Put that at 4 hours. And then yesterday was the 15th. Put that at 4 hours. Okay. And I'm not done with today's business, but just go and I'm going to unpin this. Unpin. And annotate a classical game. We're going to hit that. Update progress. And since I finished one today, I'm going to put that there. Bam. And I'm going to give myself 3.5. I was doing that earlier this morning, finishing that up. Okay, now, I think I have not put in, actually go to my games. Go to games. My games. This is all a mess, dude. This is a mess. See, this is so complicated. Like, I just put this game in, right? I just put this game in. Why isn't... Wait, I know why. Because there's 2 my games. This is very complicated. I need to... Oh, man, I got problems. Wait, that might be not it. It's this one. Here we go. There it is. Okay, this... Yeah, good. So, I did not put in, like, rounds 1 and 2. I need to do that. They were less, let's call them less competitive, but they still need to be put in. Oh, and I got a whole rack of stuff here. A whole rack of stuff. 4. Here's round 2. Please help me find round 1. Please help me find round 1. Please help me find round 1. Oh, this is a disaster. Help me find round 1. Oh, I already did the analysis too. Didn't I type it in? I guess I did not. Very frustrating. Dude, I typed it in. Bruv, where's my game? Oh, man. Oh, man. This is hardcore for me. It is very upsetting. It is very upsetting. What the fridge? Oh, killing me. There we go. Alright. I thought I had done this. I guess I have not. I was convinced I did this even on stream, but I'm not seeing it here. Cry, just put it in, buddy. Just put it in. Alright, so... Can I actually find this guy? Sharp chess. Oh. There's too many sharps. All right, find him, buddy, find him. Look up myself. Cry. This thing's taking forever. We're gonna start the analysis board. Starting position. Here we. Oh, cry. But you didn't even do your AI. You were supposed to do your AI. Man. Okay, timeout. Delete. We got to go do our AI. Just go do it, buddy. Go do your AI. So games, my games, here. There were some AI questions we wanted to answer. So Queen F6, let's turn it on. C3. All right, so castles, knight F3, B6, bishop E2, bishop B7, castles. Oh, it's fine with knight D7. It is fine with knight D7. Okay. Let's just see how it solves my issues though after knight D7. Queen D2. Rook E8. What? Oh, I didn't think about that at all. Okay. C5. Thing is, I don't know if I'd want to play Rook E8. So this is actually, that's still equal, it's saying. Okay. All right, Rook A1, Rook A8, Queen E3. Look at that, it's giving my H6 move. Or Bishop F3, I didn't even consider that at all. H6, Rook D2. Oh, Bishop F3, I was not thinking about that at all, dude. All right, but I played CD. Okay, and so on knight D4, what does it want here? Knight E5. And that's what I put there. Ooh, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. All right, so CD4. Okay, so one of the interesting things I wanted to ask AI was just like, how big is black's advantage? And you can see here that it just thinks it's a little bit better. Okay, Queen F5, Rook E1, Knight F6, Queen E5, actually top move. And there's something it does not like about my Queen E4. I thought that was a good move. What is it? It's saying that this is nothing special. It's saying nothing special. Ha! Okay. Stockfish says black only a touch better here, exclam. All right, so 95, Rook C8, C7, A3, B8, Bishop B5, here, 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 here. Well, that's some kind of frisky H4 stuff here, huh? Makes sense. It's completely unimpressed. So SF completely unimpressed with black's position. Excellent. Knight D3, King D6. It's not interested in h4 and rook c1. Rook c1. Snip. Snop. Here. All right, let's see what the decision. So, oh gosh, leave me alone. I want to look at this one. It's saying white is completely fine. All right. SF says zeros. It says zeros. Knight c3. Bishop c6. Yeah. Knight e4. I'm not going to take that in a million years. King c7. Rook c2. King b7. f4. a5. Still says zeros. Wow, dude. Still says zeros. h4. d6. Look at this. Still zeros. Still zeros. SF says zeros. This is kind of fun, dude. This is kind of fun. I guarantee, actually, I want to say if you showed this to Capablanca or somebody, they'd be like, oh yeah. Fisher, they'd be like, oh, black's better, bro. Okay. So, rook c6, king c6, knight f2. It likes my move. And now what's very interesting is knight e4. Okay, so actually I did have this in my notes. In my analysis, this was minus plus SF says equal. Because he's just like, I'm just going to sit here. King d3. And all right. Only now does SF get excited. King d5. King c3. And now that's just like it's over. b4. Snip, snap. Anything wins. Basically everything wins. This makes fully sense to me. Yeah, and resigns. Okay, so thank you, Cry, for putting that into the computer. That was amazing. That was amazing. Wow. Okay. We have learned something today. Fascinating. Okay, so now, my friend, I think this is automatically saved. I think. And now if I go games and I go analysis forward, right, it just saves automatically. It's so cool. All right, starting position. I was black in this next game. And this game I'm not going to do hectic analysis in. But I will. I thought I did this already, bruv. I thought I did this already. Here we go. So we'll put... Oh, and I didn't... Right, cry. So find. I'm going to try... I need to find this guy's name, and then I can put his ELO in, blah, blah, blah. So this guy was named Dale Sharp. So we're gonna go Dale Sharp FIDE. What do we got here? So 1827, but I believe it doesn't say FIDE master or anything, but he was once a, you know, this is the thing with these old guys. So we're gonna say Sharp Dale, and his rating is a measly 1836, 1827. And I'm gonna give him the candidate master title, no, national master title. He's obviously not that strong anymore, but he was definitely, I think he was up to 2300 way back in the day. Okay, so black elo, we're gonna say 2380, black title, GM, result 01, date, I believe this was July, we're gonna call this July 19th, event, US Senior Open, round 1. Okay, beautiful. All right. Knight of 6. Bishop G5. 0131. H6. 0131. Bishop H4. And we're going to give that's an interesting move. And we're going to check the AI later too. So G5. This is my prep. He goes Bishop G3. 0128. 94. 0130. Knight takes, pawn takes. H4. 0128. And very spicy position. I missed something in the. I missed a move pair here. C5. HG. C takes. 92, I think, was a question mark. Okay, try to remember this, buddy. And we'll say, I had looked at this before and remembered the key defense against Bishop E5. Okay, so this was complicated. So if Bishop E5, Rook G8. Well, I'm just gonna, and we're gonna say complicated. B will get smacked by knight C6. CD4, now knight E2. Yeah, I was thinking bishop b5. Was the spicy variation. What do I think of the Gukesh variation? I think white has so many different things to do. There's so many different little weapons they can play, so they're all interesting. I'm gonna guess if Gukesh played it again, he would probably play something else. Amazing. Because I have, so if this went down, this is hard to judge. Oh, beyond hard to judge, oh my God. Don Mahogi, if I play f6, he has queen h5. All right, so I'm going to call this compensation. We'll ask with a very hard position to judge. All right, 92 is just a bad move. And he was thought of 0-1-24. Knight c6. I'm gonna say my sense was black was already much better. Queen d2. e5. Gotta be the right move. All right, queen d2 is 124. e5. 0-1-18. Here I was calculating what to do after castles and decided I should just move as I have many pleasant options when he does it. So, in the game, he played GH, and that's got to be a fail. It's just a mistake. On castles. My first intuition. say whoops. So castles. Bishop d6 is a thought. I think simpler was just bishop e6. Oh, yeah. I say looks winning. Okay, GH. This makes my life easier. 121. Oh yeah, he's playing pretty quickly here, dude. E3. 0114. Here, bishop h6. Oh, my score sheet's kind of messed up here. No, I didn't play bishop h6. I played rook h6. Promote. Delete. Or G1? I don't know. Well, my score sheet's a disaster here. Bishop h6. Bishop f2. Oh, my score sheet's awful here. What the hell? B6. I don't know, dude. I don't know. What's going on here, man? What's going on? I don't know. He plays like King D1 in half a second or something. No comprendo. All right, here I'm just going to say. Here, my score sheet is a mess. But it's clearly over. Okay, good. Let's save and publish. So save to my games, save and publish. And there's one more game that I need to do, but I have a chess lesson coming up. So I'm going to call it a day there. That's right, Charles Hamilton. Okay. My good friends, thank you for being here. Someone must have rated because we got loads of people watching this thing. And hopefully I'm going to come back and do more game analysis. But for right now, we are going to raid somebody. There's hardly anybody here. Let's raid somebody I don't even know, Asmawada. We're going to raid Asmawada. We'll be back more. This is a Chess Dojo training program. You might be able to still use code Samarkand. Like somebody might on our tech team might have not remembered. Maybe you could still get 20% off first month of the dojo. I don't know. We'll see. Take it easy, my friends. I'll see you later. Boom.